How I got into the music industry? Well, I grew up around music. My dad was a music teacher, and so I started playing drums in elementary school and kind of wasn't very serious about it. And I had one kid move to town who could actually play guitar, and two other guys that wanted to form a band, and I was the one kid in town that had a drum set. And so it was basically like, hey, we're all coming over to your house, we're gonna start a band, and which was cool, but I knew like one or two beats, so it wasn't like we were off to a great start. But that was my first foray into playing, and I didn't think too much of it. I would watch people on like MTV and stuff and be like, oh, I could never do that. And then I saw a kid from the next town over, his band was playing one night, and he blew my mind because he played exactly like everyone who I saw on TV. And so it just kind of a switch flipped in my head that was like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. And I just kind of poured myself into the drums after that. I was probably 15, 16, and that was all I thought about. That's all I wanted to do. After high school, I moved to Hollywood and went to music school there. You know, once I got out of school, I started playing in bands all over LA, you know, metal bands and rock bands and anything that I could get involved in, just trying to get some experience and get out there. Eventually, the band Face to Face was auditioning drummers at the rehearsal studio where I was working. So after a long list of about 60 people, a friend of mine got me on their list to play. And it was funny because I was just the kid there that parked the cars and scrubbed the toilets. And so by the time they got down to me coming in to play the same two songs as everybody else, they looked pretty dejected, like, oh great, now we're down to the kid that parks the cars and scrubs the toilets. And so I'd listened to them all week play with, you know, seriously 60 different people. And so I just asked them, you know, do you guys want to play something different? I'd learned their whole live record that I had actually stolen out of their rehearsal room because I didn't have any money and I didn't know their music at all. So I learned the whole thing, and they were excited to play something different. And so we just started tearing through a few songs, and I thought it was going really well, and we stopped. And the guitar player looked at me and he was kind of angry, and he was just like, what's the matter with you? Like, I don't know, what did I do? And he's like, you were here all week, you made us go through all these other people, you knew you were going to come in here and do this, you could have saved us so much time and effort. And, you know, we all just kind of laughed, and I relaxed a little bit, and then, you know, got the gig and started working with them, which through Face to Face I learned everything about, like a crash course in the music industry overnight, how to pace myself on tour, how to behave around lots of new people, how to be around people all day long for a person as introverted as I was at the time. It was a lot to take in, but they were the best teachers I could have had. They really kind of took me under their wing and shepherded me into punk rock, which I knew nothing about, and just kind of showed me the ropes, and I'll always be grateful for that.